This is Play It Forward, a weekly podcast by Veracity Collab, answering all kinds of questions about video, one topic at a time, in less than 3 minutes. At least that's what we're shooting for. Here we go. Yo, Bub Coons here. Charlie Matz, the man who thinks faster than a Miles Teller flamparadiddle to my right. Hey, I wrote that in my last blog, so you need to go look at our blogs to find such poetry. Really, really wonderful poetry. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the behind the scenes video. A few things you're going to take away: when a brand should actually use a behind the scenes video, what the benefits are for producing such a things, and then Charlie's going to throw out some tips on how to keep these things nice and neat and beautiful. So Charles, tell us about the behind the scenes video, particularly what it is, when a brand should use it.
Well, what we're calling the behind the scenes video is when you produce a project like let's say a national commercial, and you actually shoot the behind the scenes of how that was made. So I know that Chipotle did some work on their campaign a while back that was really incredible, where they uncovered how they produced the video and really why they did it. And I think it's important to do those kind of videos because it shows your passion, why you care, how much work you actually put into an ad or something that is representing your brand. And it kind of comes across that you care about what you say and you care about why you're saying it, and it connects people in a deep way to that message. Yeah, there's kind of a subtle why to it when you're trying to explain the thinking behind something, and you really want people to have insight, transparency into your brand. But what kind of project? I mean, do you just make it behind the scenes for anything? When should a brand use this? On a really big project that is like more a hero, or is it just any time use it behind the scenes? Or Well, I think you can get in the habit of doing it often, but if you're going to pick one place to do it, I would do it on something that's maybe a larger scale production, like a hero video or something that you're going to be putting out to a lot of people. A lot of eyeballs are going to see it because, I mean, the thing is, you're not going to probably watch a behind the scenes video on something you haven't seen.
Yeah.
So if a lot of people are seeing the video, that's a good indication of maybe why you should produce it. And also a great way to think about this is if I'm already putting a lot of resources and an investment into this larger video, it's not going to take a whole lot to put another smaller crew on this to shoot the behind the scenes of the project. Now you're getting much more use out of one production and one, I guess, one attempt at shooting something. You're getting two videos that are pretty significant out of it.
Yeah, and all you have to really do is maybe do some interviews and stuff. When we worked with Life Happens, they came to us and we did a piece that was about a guy that was dead actually, and he was explaining what happened to his life in the past, and you don't know he's dead till the end, and he ends up in this picture frame. So a lot of people are wondering, why did they do it that way? We did a behind the scenes. They asked us to do a behind the scenes. It explained the whole thinking behind it, and then it had multiple effects, like you were saying.
So maybe another indicator of deciding when to do one is if there's an interesting concept, like the Chipotle piece. It was really interesting what they did. It was this one long take, done in a really creative way, and you're sitting there going, how did they do this? If the audience is asking how or why did they do this, that's a great indicator that this could be an opportunity for behind the scenes.
Yeah, so that's great stuff. So what about some tips on these things? What do you just fly by night, show up and do it? I mean, or do you plan for these things? What are a few tips that make behind the scenes videos really worth doing?
Like everything else in life worth doing, plan ahead, and definitely start working on this as far out front as you can, preferably when you're in pre-production for the actual film, because there's some things that you could ultimately capture when you're planning ahead that you won't be able to do if you're just showing up with a camera and a small crew. Maybe there's a specific shot you absolutely need to show the mechanics of, or there's even some things that you could do as pre-interviews before the production even happens. So plan ahead is, I think, the biggest tip. And here's the other thing. If you're shooting something that's you're investing a lot of time and money into, and you skimp on the behind the scenes, it's a problem, because you want the behind the scenes to be sharp and crisp and really well done, because if that doesn't match the quality of the brand as well, you could be portraying the wrong message. Good stuff. And that's all we have time for today. Next week we're going to be talking about the short film. Yep, it's a doozy, and they're showing up all over the place. Brands are using them all the time. Until next time, though, adios. Remember to follow us on social, and if you like what you heard today, please play it forward.